Welcome back. This is Foxo90 here, and today I am finally doing a post. I know I've been a bit inconsistent here on YouTube. A large part of that is that it takes a while to write up a story without it feeling, how do you say it, rushed. Especially if you're trying to work by schedule. I like to I like authenticity and like to tie things together. And there's definitely an issue in my writing style, so I have decided to go more short form. This is the first, I guess you could say, episode of my new short form series, Another Day at Freddy's. It takes place in the same world as my other project, Fazbear Entertainment Unredacted, though of course it takes place in a different time period. At least it's planned to for now. Who knows where it will go. So, I hope you enjoyed this video and this first episode of Fazbear. Wait, shit, that's a different one. Another Day at Freddy's, which is hide and seek. Let the show begin. The spring locks click softly as William pulls them back, coating them in a special oil, cleaning them carefully. This new animatronic, the first variant of the special Springlock Suit 2.0. Well, let's just say it's a real special one. Serrated plating allows the suit itself to open up without being taken apart. Finer movements in the actual endoskeleton allow for better performances, and of course, the more adjustable brackets allow to minimize the risk of a person rubbing against the spring locks that allow for more practical safety. And it's all going to be used in the grand opening of the new location, the sister location, the Fredbears. The testing front has had wonderful results, ignoring the occasional few accidents that have occurred within the factory, but that was just before the suit's kinks were worked out. In the other room, William can hear Elizabeth and Charlotte playing hide and seek. Henry had asked him to look after Charlotte for a bit. Henry's got a little project of his own. And William himself doesn't really mind taking care of little Charlie. She gives his own daughter, Elizabeth, someone to play with, which means that he himself can focus more on his work. Plus, what possible trouble can those two get into? Suddenly, one of the spring locks loosened just enough to snap back into place. The rigid metal slices into William's hand, leaving a nasty gash. Recoiling in surprise, he covers the wound with his other hand, cursing under his breath. He can't exactly work on the suit while bleeding, that ignoring the multitude of health code violations, the blood would just make any spring locks he even brushes against snap. And given enough vibrations from the snapping, it could set off the entire suit, which would be annoying and, well, admittingly dangerous. Setting the spring lock back into place, William William walks out of the room, shutting the door behind him. As he makes his way to the employee break room, which has a medical kit in it, Elizabeth walks by, sneaking along, still playing that game with Charlie. Kids. Elizabeth notices the dark liquid dripping from her father's hand, but she knows better than to question it, especially not while he's working. So, ignoring it, she looks for a nice little place to hide. She is running out of time. Elizabeth's countdown is down to 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Elizabeth notices the door to her dad's workshop is slightly ajar. Charlie would never expect her to hide in there. So, as quietly as she can, Elizabeth sneaks into the workshop. The backstage room. It's dark, dimly lit. But Elizabeth's gaze is captivated by the animatronic her father was working on. She is beautiful, circus-themed, just like Elizabeth's doll. More so, she sees the stomach hatch open. Curious, she looks inside. It's perfect, spacious. Oh, Charlie will never find her in here. Crawling inside, Elizabeth closes the hatch, giggling as she listens for Charlie, who is looking for her right now. This match is going to be a piece of cake. But as she giggles, she hears something snap to her left. It's metallic and hard. She stops and she looks. She sees an opening. It's the arm of the suit. Curious, she touches the metal ring, moving ever so slightly when another snapping noise rings out. And another. And another. William gets his hand wrapped up. Finally, the bleeding stops. Setting the kit back up on its shelf, he tosses away the remnants of the used supplies. He walks down the hall, ready to continue his work. Suddenly, Charlie runs up to him, tugging on his loose shirt. "Mr. Afton, I can't find Elizabeth," she tells him, worry in her gaze as she looks up at him, a pleading look in her eyes. William himself sighs, barely looking down at her. "Isn't that the point of that game? Keep looking. She's somewhere." He tells her off dismissively, unwilling to bother himself with these childish endeavors. But as he begins his way once more, closing in on the door to his workshop, Charlie follows, knowing something is wrong. "And isn't the point of you even being here to look after us? I think she might be in there. It's the only place I haven't checked." Charlie regards William with her signature snark. William, frustrated, turns to the little girl, narrowing his eyes. "Workshop is off limits. Now go away." He turns back to the door, opening it and slamming it before Charlie can try a quick one. Rubbing his temples, he turns his focus back to the animatronic. Immediately, he notices a dark liquid pooling on the floor under it. Shit! Did something break? Is there an oil leak? Rushing over, he realizes the hatch is shut tight. Didn't he leave that open? Trying it, it won't budge. That could only happen if it is in animatronic mode. Did the Springlocks fire off? Fuck! If they did, it's going to be a pain in the ass to work with. Especially if there's a leak in it, it'll be even more dangerous than it was before. Grabbing the hand crank, he attaches it to the spot on the animatronic's chest, locking it in and cranking the Springlocks back. As he does, he gets a closer look at the spilling liquid. It's red, and the smell in the air. He knows it all too well. It's metallic, and it's coppery. Finally, the locks are set back into suit mode, and William is able to pull open the stomach hatch. As he does, something falls to the floor, and something splatters on his shirt, making him recoil. Looking down, he sees a clump of something hairy. He picks it up, bringing it to his gaze, and his heart sinks, and his eyes go wide, as the dead eyes of Elizabeth meet his own. It's her head. She was decapitated. It drops to the floor as William stumbles back onto his work table, his eyes trailing to the suit itself. Circus baby, with the rest of Elizabeth's body. It has deep gashes all over it. She's dead. By the hands of his own creation. Charlie gets the door open, stumbling upon the scene. Her eyes go wide and watery as the realization dawns over her. Elizabeth, one of her best friends. She's dead. And not just dead, but she's sliced into pieces. William looks at Charlie, breathing growing heavy. No, Elizabeth wasn't killed. By his creation, it wasn't him, it was never him. She was playing with Charlie. Charlotte. It's her fault. She's not only completely destroyed this restaurant's chances of ever opening, but she killed Elizabeth. It's her fault. All her. It's not him. It's never been him. William sits in the now foreclosed restaurant. The building is being kept in the company, more or less as a storage unit, but those animatronics, all of them scattered about, that are all still here. Freddy is on stage, stationary. They should have been used. But how? How would the press react to a man using the same kind of animatronics that got his daughter killed to entertain children? But as he sits there looking at Freddy, he feels an urge, one he hasn't felt in years. An itch he needs to scratch. He figured the stray animals would be enough, but they're not. He knows exactly who he's going to use to scratch this itch. And something tells him it will be fantastic. It'll be just like another day at Freddy's. At least it will be. At first.